yes, I'm wearing a Friday the 13th shirt when this video is about Scream. I don't have a Scream shirt, I don't know what to tell you. So, unlike a lot of horror movie fans, I am a Scream fan, although I will be honest and say I did not like the 5th one very much at all, the previous one that came out. Admittedly, and my reason might be a little bit silly, is because I did get into a car wreck on my birthday. A car hit me on my birthday right after I visited the bowling alley's filming location for Scream 5. Yes, I wanted to go to Wilmington to A, look at the One Tree Hill locations and to the Scream 5 locations, and I just felt like it wasn't meant to be with me in that movie. No, but also I just couldn't get into the characters. I couldn't get into Sam and Tara. I couldn't get into the new Ghostface. I am admittedly extremely tired and bored of Sidney as a whole, so I couldn't get into it. So when the 6th one came out, or was announced that it was going to be coming out, I was just like, do I care though? Do I care? Because even loving Jenna Ortega so much, I did not care about anybody. I didn't care about any of the characters. But then the trailer for it came out, and something about it really got to me. I don't know if it's just because, you know, it's set in New York, and the subway scene that they show for the trailer was just something different for me. I say this as I've seen Escape Room 2, Tournament of Champions, but it was different for Scream, I feel like. And the amount of tension in that scene is what really won me over. So, I finally seen it, finally caught an open caption show, and I want to talk about it a little bit more. We'll go over the non-spoiler stuff in the first part of this video, and then the rest of it I will probably mention some spoilers, and I will of course let you know should that happen. But we're going to start off with the part that isn't gonna give you spoilers. This movie was fun. It was so much fun. I feel like the chemistry between everyone was a lot better, and that's probably because, well, I feel like nobody really liked each other or cared about each other that much watching Scream 5, but because of everything that I have been through, yeah, they were gonna be a little nicer to each other and more together in the 6th one. Especially Sam and Tara. The relationship was so much better, was so much more fun. I mean, obviously they bickered about like sisters do, but I actually cared about the relationship more. Ghostface was so much more hardcore in this to me, and so much more badass in this than some of the previous ones, whereas I feel like in the beginning Ghostface was a little bit more kind of silly. Like, yeah, he's a villain, but you know, it's also just kind of silly. But the kills in these were so much more harsh, and I actually really loved it. When it comes to kills, if they're not extremely detailed and extremely slow and really graphic, it doesn't really bother me how gory it is, because it's so quick and it's just, there's not really enough time to register like, oh, this is like really gross, like as if you were watching Saw, you know? So, but the kills in some of these, especially in that 3rd act when you know you have the big showdown, that always happens, there's a big showdown, I actually kind of went and turned my head a little bit, because I was feeling a little bit uneasy at some of them. Not too much, but enough. I didn't think I was going to care about the core 4 as much as I did, because again, I didn't care for them last time, but I was rooting for every single one of them. And every single new character that did show up among, you know, with the other new characters. So you have the new characters, now you have the new characters. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. The roommate, Sam and Tara's roommate, Quinn, is in the movie Stuck in Love, which is one of my favorite movies ever. So it was really nice seeing her again. Overall, yeah, it was a fun movie. Chemistry was so much better in my opinion. And now I want to go over the stuff where I can actually mention spoilers, because I feel that's where I'm really going to actually be able to talk about this movie. So if you haven't seen it yet, feel free to come back later when you have seen it. Samara being the opening act, and as you know, the person that is in the opening act gets killed. Or almost gets killed. Samara's character being in a more public place, she's in a bar, she's on the phone with a date that she's waiting for. From what I can remember, every single other opening act has been in a house. It's been a very long time since I've seen most of the Scream movies, so I could be wrong. But this felt very new to me, being in a bar, and then she actually ends up coming outside. She's looking for her date, and then she goes down in an alley, which is a little less public, but it's still public enough. And of course she gets killed by Ghostface, which was pretty brutal. Now, of course I would have liked to see her survive in a movie, but at the same time, you know, part of Scream's like thing was, you know, with the very first one, you had Drew Barrymore be the face of the opening act, and she got killed off. That surprised everybody. So to have Samara be killed off, I get it. Of course, at the same time, I can also hope that she could have been included. Hey, you can always bring her back for a different character, obviously. Also, what was refreshing was her having her Australian accent, because she's from Australia. I don't think I've seen anything that she's been in. I haven't seen a lot, but I've seen a few things, and I'm pretty sure she's just putting on an American accent for those, so it was nice to hear her natural voice. Annika getting killed off was the most depressing thing. I loved her character. I think she's the new favorite character of the franchise, and she doesn't live for very long because she gets killed off. And it's so brutal. I'm definitely afraid of heights, thank you, to that ladder scene. She was hardly involved. She wasn't involved at all in any of this, and you killed her off. I know Ghostface isn't really supposed to care, he's a villain, but it sucked because she's crying. She's like, I don't want to die, and she was just so lovable as a character. And it would have been so nice to see more of her, but alas, that did not work. She had to go. Mindy of the Core 4 making fun of horror movie tropes and having that whole speech when they were all together at school on campus. That was a good time. That made me laugh. The subway scene, again, a whole lot of tension. I had no idea that a couple of these friends were going to be separated. Was it Ethan and Mindy that were going to be separated from everybody else? It was just so much more tension when Ghostface does appear and he does an attack, and that scene was so well done. With that being said though, you are in New York City, and the only way you really take advantage of the setting being in New York City is just having that subway scene, and you could have used so much. I mean, yeah, they're in a park at one point, but it's just a park. There's a possibility that you could have included other like really memorable areas, and all we really got was a subway. Do I personally know how we could have included some of that? No, not off the top of my head right now, but somebody could have. Yes, I was rooting for Tara and Chad. I didn't even think about them like that in the previous one, in the 5th one, but something about Tara and Chad in this one. I don't know, it's like every time they were all just like, ooh, I'm like, please just hug or something, because this is adorable. I love this, let's do something with this, and it did happen. That made me feel very nice. Until Chad gets stabbed a bunch of times, and then that made me very sad. But he's okay, he survived, so you know, you can't complain too much there. Kirby does come back again for this one, and I was really happy to see her because I really liked her in Scream 4. However, there was something about her character for Scream 6 that I don't know how to explain. It was different. I mean, yeah, she's older, she's party up, yeah, and whatever, and she's more like, I really want you to kill this Ghostface guy. But there was something about that felt like it wasn't the same as Scream 4. Which again, after you've been through that kind of thing, you grow up, so you're not necessarily going to be the same. Duh. But I don't know. I loved her character, of course, because she's just really, you know, spunky and whatever. But at the same time, I don't know, there's something off about it, and maybe somebody who's watching this will be able to feel the same way that I did. It might be able to put it into words better than I can. The showdown was honestly my favorite part. I was reading reviews where everybody was like, this is so obvious who Ghostface is. And in a way, it's kind of fake, because it ends up being that New Yorkie guy that's trying to be part of the fan group, Quinn, the roommate, and then Cop Daddy guy. And of course, oh hey, the connection is they're Richie's family. The showdown between all of them, people said that they thought that the third act fell weak and fell apart a little bit. For me, I don't think I necessarily noticed that. I do want to watch it again. I probably will very soon. If I do, I'm going to take a look at that and see. But for me, I think I was just having so much fun with the entire film. With the Ghostface being more badass, that bodega scene and all of that. Like, just everybody was making the movie so much more fun that for me, I didn't really notice that it really like, fell off. The kills in that. The one kill that really comes to mind. Okay, there's two. Both of them didn't necessarily end in kills, but they definitely contributed. One, Quinn's face being bashed in at the mouth that's really bloody, and half of her teeth have essentially been knocked out. Something about that scene, man. And then when Tara gets let go because she's hanging, you know, from the balcony or whatever, and Sam can't really hold on to her, so she lets her go, but Tara has the knife and Ethan is under her, and so Tara falls and that knife goes into Ethan's mouth. I think it was inside his mouth, right? That grossed me out and made me go, okay, it was cool. It was very, very cool. That was a scene that I enjoyed. But that made me do this a little bit. Of course, was I surprised that Ethan was part of it? No. No, that was a little bit obvious. I did not necessarily expect Quinn to be part of it, although once it was revealed that she was part of it, it made sense because when she was originally killed off by Ghostface, you don't actually see her get killed. I don't remember us actually seeing her get killed off. We see a photo being taken of it from the cute guy across the apartments, but you don't actually see her get murdered. And that probably should have been the giveaway from the get-go, but I was just having too much fun to really pay attention. I'm not gonna lie, Cop Daddy guy had me for a moment when he was talking about Kirby and how she was like mentally unstable and she got kicked out of the FBI and whatever, and I was like, please don't tell me that she's a part of it, because it doesn't make any sense. Although, then again, anybody can just churn in a second. But I was like, no, oh, really? Maybe? So I almost believed it for a second. And of course they make it believable in a way with how it's set up, because Kirby's the only one that shows up for a minute at the showdown, and then Cop Daddy shows up. So when it's revealed that it's Cop Daddy, Ethan, and Quinn all together, I'm like, alright. I wasn't necessarily expecting that, but I guess eventually you have to expect someone because there are no other characters and it's always one of them. I'll tell you what I didn't miss. Sidney. I know everybody was all up in arms about Sidney not coming back for Scream 6 because, you know, payment stuff. I feel like I have grown, this is just me, I have grown so bored, so tired of Sidney. I liked her character in the first one. It's been way too long since I've seen the second one. But after that, I'm just like, I don't care. Like, anything she does is not very interesting to me anymore. I didn't miss her when she wasn't showing up. I don't care if she doesn't show up for the 7th one either. If there is a 7th one, they probably will be, because Sam's story isn't over yet. Gail, I like Gail, okay, I guess. She has some very funny moments, especially between Gail and Tara punching Gail in the face after Sam misses. I love that part. There are bits of Gail that I like and still enjoyed, but overall, at this point, I'm kind of okay with Gail not coming back either, and last time I checked, she's still alive, right? I am interested in seeing how Sam's story goes, because like I said, I don't think it's finished, but I don't know where they can necessarily go with that right off the top of my head. I feel like I do way in the back of my head somehow, but it's not coming to the front. Obviously, I don't want her to be like, oh, I'm gonna be Ghostface now. I'm the daughter of Billy Loomis, the original Ghostface or whatever, and now, because that's what people are going to think. Obviously, they already think that in real life in the Ghostface world. So, oh, okay, she's the daughter of Billy Loomis. She's obviously gonna go dark, and then she's gonna become Ghostface and then start killing everybody. I feel like there's gotta be at least one more showdown between her and something about this. I don't know necessarily how they would do it, because I feel like that big showdown perfectly, in a perfect world, it would be between her and her dad, but Daddy's dead. So I don't know how they would do that. Probably by making up another family member or something, I don't know. But I'm curious. I feel like you could do at least one more Ghostface, one more Scream movie, and then you could be done. Lucky number 7, right? But yeah, I'm really happy that I took the chance and went to go see the movie in theaters. Finally, there was an open caption show, and hopefully I'll get to see it again. Probably 1 or 2 more times in the next week if it's still showing when I'm going to Toronto. So, but yeah, if you've seen Scream, let me know what you thought. Let me know what you thought of the 5th one, and then let me know what you thought of the 6th one. 6th one, so much better, by far. I think I gave it, I think it's 4 stars on Letterboxd. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe it was 5, but I think it was more at 4. I don't have my phone to check. But I gave it a pretty high rating. And now I kind of want to go see the whole franchise again because it's been a very long time. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. If you would like to support the work that I do have a Patreon page, so for as low as $1 a month, you can get lots of extra content, some of which includes movie reviews and other writing things. And I have a lot of writing work that I want to get done this year, so hopefully. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I really appreciate it, and I will see you later. Yeah. Bye.